Guide on how to sow and grow plants from seeds. Growing vegetable from seeds is a very inexpensive method. Different types of seeds have different requirements, so it will be impossible to cover every specific here, but the basics are generally the same. Moving further, let's have a basic understanding of concept sowing of seeds. Sowing is the process of planting seeds. There are different sowing methods determined by the crop to be sown. Several methods of sowing, which differ in merits, demerits, and adoption, are broadcasting, broad or line sowing, dibbling, transplanting, planting, putting seeds behind the plow. Let us study about the first method used for sowing of seeds, which is broadcasting. It is the scattering of seeds by hand all over the prepared field, followed by the covering with wooden plank or harrow for contact of seed with soil. Crops like methi, coriander, etc. are sown by this method. Let's have a look at advantages of sowing seeds through this method. It is a quick and easy method. Skilled labor and implement is not required and can be followed in moist condition. This method has few disadvantages as well. In order to implement this method, we need more seed requirement. We cannot achieve a uniform crop stand. It results in gappy and defective germination wherever the adequate moisture is not present in the soil. In this method, spacing is not maintained within the rows and lines, hence interculture. Next is drilling or line sowing. It is the dropping of seeds into the soil with the help of implements such as mogha, seed drill, seed cum driller or mechanical seed drill, and then the seeds are covered by wooden plank or harrow to have contact between seed and soil. Now let's have a look at advantages of this method. Through this method, seeds can be placed at proper and uniform depths. Along the rows, interculturing can be done. Uniform row to row spacing is maintained. Seed requirement is less than broadcasting. Sowing is done at proper moisture level. Now, it has few disadvantages as well, which are: implement is required for sowing seeds through this method. VASPA condition must be maintained. Plant to plant or intra-row spacing is not maintained. Skilled person is required for sowing. Next, one of the effective method of sowing seed is dibbling. It is the placing or dibbling of seeds at cross marks made in the field with the help of marker as per requirement of the crop in both the directions. It is generally done manually by the dibbler. Now let's have a look at advantages of this method. Through this method, spacing between rows and plants can be easily maintained. Seeds can be dibbled at desired depth in the moisture zone. Optimum plant population can be maintained. Seed requirement is less than other methods. Implement is not required for sowing, and intercrop can be taken in wider spaced crops, and crosswise intercultivation is possible. It has few disadvantages as well. It is a very time consuming and laborious method. It requires more labor, hence increases the cost of cultivation. Only high value and bold seeds can be sown, and it requires strict supervision. Now next comes the concept of transplanting vegetable crops. In agriculture and gardening, transplanting or replanting is the technique of moving a plant from one location to another. Most often, this takes the form of starting a plant from seed in optimal conditions, such as in a greenhouse or protected nursery bed. Then, replanting it in another, usually outdoor, growing location. It is the raising of seedlings or nursery beds and transplanting of seedlings in the laid out field. For this, seedlings are allowed to grow on nursery beds for about 3 to 5 weeks. Beds are watered one day before the transplanting of nursery to prevent jerk to the roots. The field is irrigated before actual transplanting to get the seedlings established early and quickly, which reduce the motility. Transplanting has a variety of applications such as growing season can be extended by starting plant indoors before outdoor conditions are favorable. It helps in protecting young plants from diseases and pests until they are sufficiently established, and it also helps in avoiding germination problems by setting out seedlings instead of direct seeding. Once your seeds have sprouted, you will want to transplant them in a larger area or more favorable climate and soil to provide optimal growth conditions to the seedling. While performing this, you must be very careful not to disturb the root system. Damaging the roots of your plants at any stage in their life can be detrimental to them. The use of transplants enables the gardener to mature many warm season vegetables outdoors and hasten maturity of cool season vegetables. Now let's have a look at requirements for starting transplants. Seed treatments. Many seeds from commercial sources are already treated with fungicides to prevent damping off. If they are not, or if they are homegrown seeds, they should be treated. Adequate light is essential for healthy transplants. Germinating media. Although soil and potting mixtures may be used, they are not necessary to ensure germination. Vermiculite, sphagnum moss, sand, perlite, or sterile material that can be kept moist is satisfactory. Sterilized media is required to prevent damping off disease from killing seedling. Seedling surface should be firm but not hard to provide good contact between soil and seed. Wood and plastic can be sterilized with a mix of 1 part chlorine bleach to 9 parts water. Clean containers first and let stand in bleach solution for 30 minutes. You must dry them well before use. Now let us study about seeding and growing of transplants. First is seeding. Space seeds well apart. Plant in rows if more than one type of seed is used. Next is covering seeds. Cover seeds very lightly. Generally, fine seeds need no cover at all if kept moist. In case they are covered, the surface should be firmed to ensure good seed soil contact. Make sure that the cover should be to a depth of 2 times the seed diameter. Generally, lettuce and celery seeds require light for germination. Then comes watering. Water seeds gently but thoroughly. Next is covering the container. A plastic cover, plastic wrap or wet newspaper may be used to keep seeds moist until they germinate. And the second last step is place in an area where the temperature is about 70 Fahrenheit. Heat at the bottom of container hastens seed germination. Avoid placing covered containers in direct sunlight. A few plants such as snapdragon, sweet pea, cabbage, broccoli, larkspur and cauliflower starts best at about 55 Fahrenheit. Now the last step. After germination, new seedlings need light and fresh air. Remove the newspapers, glass or plastic covers as soon as seedlings appear. Now let's have a look at procedure to be followed while transplanting seedlings. In this slide, we have shown an illustration explaining in brief the procedure of transplanting seeds. First is harden off your seedlings. Seedlings that were started indoors or under cover need to become acclimated to the outside elements. This is done by exposing them to the outdoor environment slowly by lengthening the hours until they are toughened up a bit. Next is provide them perfect weather. Perfect transplanting weather may not look like that you think it should. Drizzly or overcast weather is the ideal situation. If you don't see any ideal situation in the forecast, plant them in the early morning when there is the least amount of sun for them to contend with. Make sure to get them ready. A few days before transplanting them outdoor, provide them a boost of energy with some organic liquid fertilizer to help with any shock. Give them a drink of water several hours before planting them into their permanent home. Timing is very important. Make sure that they get couple of sets of true leaves before transplanting them outdoor. Your plants will thank you if you have their new home set up and ready to go before you pull them out of their containers. This allows for minimal transplant shock because the roots aren't overexposed to the elements like the sun or wind. So ensure that you dig holes first before you are moving out the plants out of containers. Handle them carefully when you are removing tiny plants from their containers. Do it gently, taking care not to bang or smash the roots. Try to keep as much of the original soil around the roots as you possibly can. A tool such as small trowel used carefully is fine, but always prefer hands because it gives an awareness of how much pressure. Now let us study in brief few another methods of sowing seeds such as planting and putting seeds behind the plow. So how is planting done? It is the placing of vegetative part of crops which are vegetatively propagated in the laid out field. Example, tubers of potato, mother sets of ginger and turmeric, cuttings of sweet potato and grapes, and sets of sugarcane. And the last is putting seeds behind the plow. It is dropping of seeds behind the plow in the furrow with the help of manual labor by hand. This method is followed for crops like wall or gram in some areas for better utilization of soil moisture. The seeds are covered by successive furrow opened by the plow. This method is not commonly followed for sowing of the crops. So this was all about this session, transplanting or sowing of seeds. In the next session, we'll be discussing about developing the irrigation schedule. Thank you.